Saturday and 9 to 3 on Sunday, located in the Currency Pavilion. It's the Rock Creek Renegades Gun Show from January 26th to the 28th at the Sandhills Global Event Center at 84th and Havelock.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha. Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If Ewers throws that ball to the front pylon, Texas might have tied that game up and had a chance to win it.
That moment right there, it's one of those moments that every young man dreams about. There's two outcomes in that moment. You're a gamer or you tense up.
You're a gamer, you're a goner.
Or you're a goner.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and 2-time Nebraska Football National Champion Lester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and 2-time Nebraska Football National Champion Lester Johnson.
Welcome to WTF. We Talk Facts. E-Strick here is in the building with Jay Foreman. Lester Johnson is out of town today, but Jay is joining me on We Talk Facts today, and we're gonna jump into it, man. We're excited to share another Thursday evening. 6 to 7 is where you can find us each and every day on all streaming platforms, as well as Allo Channel 961 is where you can find us. Jay, how are you this evening, man?
Man, it's all good. I usually passing you guys when I'm taking off, running out to basketball or whatever. So now, good to, I usually listen to you guys on the way to basketball. Now I'm in here. Another hour goes by quick.
Yeah, it goes by quick, man. And we've got some interesting stuff to discuss today, to talk about, because you being a former veteran, as far as playing in the NFL, and me being a former veteran and spending some time in the NBA, there's some things that go on behind the scenes that most people don't get an opportunity to hear about, talk about, discuss. Antonio, like for example, Antonio Pierce, one of your guys, gave you a little inside glimpse on some things that can go on in the back. When I played with the Boston Celtics, one thing that we used to see is get a chance to see Red Auerbach come in the back and just kind of his interactions and stuff like that. But let's get into it. The topic is going to be about what is it like in the locker room as a rookie versus a veteran. what was your experience being drafted? Because the we don't want to say hazing, but the things that go on,
obligations,
the things that you have to do as a rookie at the NFL from the veterans. Tell us a little bit about that and what it was like, the experience of walking into a locker room. The veterans already got their spot set. They kind of like throw you into the back corner somewhere. Tell us about that experience.
Hey, man. Well, first I got to start from at Nebraska, right? So, I'm a senior captain, and we had a kid quit. So I actually by chance, I had 2 lockers. So you big dog, and I'm on the corner, right? Next to the shower. That's how you are when you leave college, right? And then when you get to the NFL, and you're, at least for me, in our first, we used to have rookie mini camp. So you get drafted probably like a week, then you up there. They probably want to see, hey, listen, this drafted, we're going to make sure you can walk and chew gum. Well, the veterans used to be there. Man, we was all in the corner, DP, or Strick, with tape on our I'll never forget this, man.
They gave y'all the tape joint.
So when you walk in the locker room, and it's almost like the penthouse to the outhouse. And we were just like off in like a little auxiliary locker room. So you walk through there, Ted Washington's locker, he got 80 pairs of shoes. He got, long sleeve, whatever he need to work out in, gloves and all that stuff. All our stuff. 1 pair of shoes, 1 pair of socks, jock and all that other stuff. And then you sharing it with, in my case, it was myself, Jay Foreman, and Keith Newman. So
half a locker.
Mm. That's just, that's unfamiliar because you got to get dressed and you ain't got no freedom in there.
Yeah.
And here's when I knew I was a rookie and I had to work my way up. So when we got there, Keith Newman already knew some guys on the team. Jonathan Linton, who he played with in college. So Linton already hooked him up with a good pair of shorts with some length to them. Mm-hmm. I ain't know nobody, right?
You had the ooh babies?
Strict. Now, mind you, here's what I had. Just because you play basketball. I had, so they gave us these, I can't even believe I'm saying this, man. Now, mind you, man, you out there. Yeah, I used to like to have tape and then have the short socks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. They got me knee-high socks. Now, I rolled them down. So I looked like I was in aerobics class back with John Travolta, staying alive, you know what I'm saying? Like they were so strict. It looked strict. It looked like what are those socks called back in the day?
What is the guy that was the my God,
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. That was you, my boy.
So that's how they was, right? So I had the Richard Simmons going on. And then I'm like, damn, I saw the shorts. I know I had, I used to wear a girdle or a tights or a girdle. I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm looking at where the shorts at. I see these little gray joints. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm thinking that,
they got a little link to them.
No,
nothing.
Listen, Strick. They was 2 X's, right?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. It was the gray kind of like you would probably just wear around the house. It had that good fabric. The kind of real soft. Well, what happens is, if your boy has some thighs and a little junk in the trunk, well, them things came up and was extra mediums on your boy.
Ooh, we cut all into the leg.
Right. But I had the tights on.
Right.
So I was out there looking like Kenny Skywalker and Richard Simmons. Right? Right.
Yeah.
So here's what I did. I went to the equipment man, and I'll never forget, man. It's my man Hojo, right? Hey man, what's up with the shorts? He's like, we ain't got no more. I'm like, what? You ain't got no shorts?
All that paper. Shorts.
What it really was is he came back and said, he walked past me at practice.
He's like, deal with.
He's like, until you make the team.
That part. You get the hand-me-down.
Get the hand-me-down.
Yeah.
And those were the same shorts that Daryl Talley probably wore way back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this, Strick. Sam Cowart, who was a mentor of mine, he was the all NFL rookie, defensive rookie of the year. He gave me a pair of shorts. But he didn't give me a pair of shorts till he went ham on me for the first 2 days of practice. Because when
he had to kill you.
Oh, he was killing me. So when you watch the tape, Strick, tape, he was like, dang, look at Foreman out. Yeah, and then he'd be like, hey, Ted, pause it here. Yeah. And then the whole defense clowned your boy.
Right.
That's how you are as a rookie.
Yeah.
You just taking it every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not hazing. it's just initiation.
Yeah, it's just bringing you into the form.
What about you?
So yeah, I mean, for me, it was it was very similar. They kind of put us where they put us. We had no options, no choices, and we got gear, but not gear.
Yeah.
We got a one or two of everything.
Yeah.
that we could use and work out in, and so forth and so on. But for us, it was the main thing was not to get killed on the floor by not being ready.
Yeah.
That's
crucial.
that's when you get the playbooks and all that stuff. You really want to know, and you really want to pay attention. You don't want to be over there side talking. You really want to stay focused on the task, because that's where you can get murked. So now the main thing for us, as far as putting in your work and time, was on the road, where there would be times where they wanted us to go and get.
What's your obligation? Okay, let me ask you this now. So say I'm veteran Jay Foreman guard. I don't know if you, because we broke it in linebacker, had our our deal.
Your room.
Okay, just say I'm the veteran.
Yeah.
Take me through a road trip as a rookie.
Yeah, so like for me, it was one of my vets was Jimmy Jackson.
Okay.
Derek Harper. And so there would be times in the morning or in the evening after 2 days, because we would have to stay in the hotel. Like, we couldn't stay at home at the time. They would tell us to come to the hotel, and we would have 2 days. And at that time, we were having them at SMU. So at night, they would say, "Hey, young fella, something specific that they wanted to eat." You'd have to go out and get it.
Yeah.
You'd have to make the run, go get them something to eat, or
make
on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd have to do something like that. Now, the other main thing about the locker room was we could not get on the bus or the plane until all of the luggage and the equipment was either underneath the bus or on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, we had to stand out. Now, these prima donna young folks now, they didn't have to do that. I think towards the tail end of my years, that's when it started changing, where the rookies started having more power.
There wasn't no pecking order.
No.
Yeah, because number one, a lot of those rookies, at least in the NFL, they coming in. I remember watching the draft, and the guy would get drafted in the first round. He the highest paid tight end. There was guys getting drafted at tight end that was making more at that time than Tony Gonzalez. The way it was for me as a rookie. Now, I will tell you this: like, the biggest hazing story of when I was coming up was down there in New Orleans Saints, where they got your boy Cam Cleveland with the soap in the pillow case, and they tore it down. Yeah, they tore him out there. Now, that was like Brian Cox and those guys. I was blessed that we had.
That was going into the shower, or was that at the
after? And we was in the dorm.
Yeah, in the dorm.
Yeah, they got caught on what he sleep. Now, that's too much.
Yeah.
I was blessed enough to have professionals, but we had our obligations. Same like you. When we went on the road, there's two sets of rookies. If you were obligated to get the food, you got on. You didn't get to go with the team. You had to go with the trainers. So where they set out the water bottles and stuff like that. So my job as a rookie, or me and Keith, we was cool because we'd switch off and we'd make sure, hey, you got the chicken, or if we had family in town, I go get it. Then you just hit me back with the money. We made sure we had our obligations done. So we had to get on the plane and make sure all the chicken was on there, spicy and all that. So Ted Cottrell, and here's what Ted Cottrell is a defensive coordinator. Nobody could eat chicken from the linebacker room until he got first pick. And here's what he used to do, Strick. I'll never forget this. So we get there, we go to the hangar, we get the bus, and we nervous. That time we had to wear suits and stuff. So I got my little cheap suit on and stuff, little pencil tie, you know what I mean? So we there and I'm sweating, right? Melvin was the trainer. He's like, "Man, what's wrong with you? You need to chill, right?" First of all, it's hot on the plane. So I put the chicken down. Everybody's ready to eat. So I'm thinking the vets, like, Sam Cowart, Sam Rogers, they would eat. They was like, "Nah." Ted Cottrell used to stand over there. This is the funniest thing ever. He'd take a napkin, put it in here, right, and stand over a big old bucket of chicken like this, like a crane, and would like play a like little game and get that one, and then everybody would eat
You
after
go
that.
get in.
Then everybody get it in after that.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing we'd have to do is on Mondays after the game, when we watch the tape, we'd have to have pizza and wings. But here's the thing that I liked is that John Holisek, who was the veteran, he gave us the numbers.
Yeah, the card.
Right. And at that time, we had a phone in the locker room. You call, and then when they gave you, it was kind of like on credit. If we were in meetings, we would just have to stop by and pay on the way home. And so that was it. So in Buffalo, I had a lot easier. But when I used to talk to some of my friends around the league, they was getting it, boy. Some of them were like the Jets, like Jason Wilson, they was getting it. Getting tied up all the time, thrown in the cold tub, beat down, just getting talked to crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. During your training camp, right?
Yeah.
What would you say? Two questions before we get to break. What would you say in training camp was the hardest part of it compared to now? Because I believe it's way easier probably now than when you first came in. So give me that difference of what the training camp was like. And did they, because you get to watch now, you get to kind of look into these things with hard knocks, right? You kind of get to look in. Obviously, they're not going to be doing all the stuff they probably would do. But did they make y'all sing and do all that stuff like that? Like,
did I ever tell you about the story about what I did?
No, we got a segment that's going to come and some of the crazy stuff. But you can tell it now that I know you got a bunch of crazy stories, so you can tell it before.
Like as far as the hardest thing about training camp is the length.
Okay.
It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Right. Versus like Nebraska, it might be 2 weeks, then you got a game, 2.5 weeks. It's 6 weeks, and your job's online. I'm a late draft choice, and here's a funny training.
So it's the breakdown is what? It starts with 80 what?
It depends. It was like 85.
And then it'll break down after 2 weeks?
They can cut you at any time.
Ooh.
Now, generally, they'll keep you around to the third preseason game. That's the first cut. Then the final cut is after the last preseason game. But here's the kicker, though. Just because you make it on that team on Sunday or Monday, you're not officially on the team until you have the practice on Wednesday. Now, that's for veterans. Now, a rookie, they can cut you any other day. Right.
So what's the feeling like that you've heard as far as, before I want the scene question, but what's the feeling like coming after practice and you getting a chance to see some of your homeboys and some of your friends get that pink slip?
Man, here's the deal, man. My agent, and my dad told me as well, but my agent, I remember I packed up my truck here, and I remember I had to run down there and I took my shoulder pads, and he said, and he talked to me probably, the first couple hours, my agent, and the last couple hours, he said, listen, man, when you pull up to training camp, it's different. I'm like, how could it be different? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No, I've been a ball boy and all, but it's different. Your job's on the line. He said, listen, don't get too close to nobody. I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? These guys I got drafted with, why would they cut a draft choice, right? It's like, just don't. He's like, number one, you don't want no emotional attachment to them, and they're going to see how you react if somebody gets cut. You're going to be moping. You're going to be dog cussing the coaches. And that was a reality for me. I remember I had a roommate in the dorms, right? And the funny thing about Buffalo, when we did the dorms, the vets, they had their own suites. The rookies, we must have been in the old dorms, where the fan ain't working. You take a shower.
Right. Cold shower.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, you still hot, all that. So they putting you through it in a different way.
Yeah.
Is this cat named Jason Lamar. He's always talking to third person, and he calls himself Black Cat because he a little darker. He's quick, though. And he was from Buffalo, up there. He went to Buffalo, University of Buffalo. Big old swole dude, right? And he was like a Sam. We was there, and we'd always check on each other because you get tired. I want to make sure I wake him up or whatever. And I remember, sometimes you hear a cat go to the bathroom 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. No big deal because you just hydrate. You know what I'm saying? That let you know you hydrated. So I'm like, oh, no big deal. My man was out, left, middle of the night, like a ghost in the night, gone.
Dang.
3 days in the camp, gone.
Wow.
Never heard from him, seen him again. Gone.
No exchange.
Yeah, no, you couldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he probably thought hey, whether he wants to play football or not.
Time, right.
So that's crazy. That's the reality there.
Yeah.
And then the other reality, one of my best friends, but he passed away now, Keon Carpenter, rest in peace, is we grew up playing AAU basketball against each other. I'm from Frederick, Maryland. He's from Baltimore. He went to Virginia Tech in Nebraska. He was a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he moved in. And he ended up beating out Armand Hatcher. Keon ended up playing 9-10 years in the league. I mean, that's how crazy it can be.
It can be.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that.
Just disappear. You be like, wait a minute, I ain't seen it.
I seen it. But here's the thing. Here's the difference before we go to break. A team like Buffalo, from the owner to the GM, they did it professionally. If they're going to cut you, they're not going to embarrass you. Now, I've been places where they were catching cats as like you.
They walk right.
Go
drop that bag. Go drop that
right
off.
from in front of everybody. I seen them at places, and we had to have a team meeting about it where they were coming in, getting guys out of meetings. See that? And there's a right way to do things, right?
Yeah,
and so I
feel you.
It's harsh, man. It's harsh because there is no UFL like they had now.
Yeah.
Or they have now. There was no other league. So it's either.
Yeah, it was pretty private in the NBA. They would just call you into the office and say, hey, it just ain't going to work out.
Right.
And so, you might get a chance to go and say peace to the brothers or whatever. But a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more respect. Yeah, because they respect it, so it's crucial, man.
Good stuff. Thank you. That's a great first segment here. We're going to come back and get into some of the craziest stories that we maybe have seen or heard in our NBA and NFL experience. We're going to do that right after the break, right here on WTF. We Talk Facts.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, fog and freezing fog expected throughout the day. We'll see a high around 36. Tonight, more fog and freezing fog with a low around 30. And tomorrow, more fog sticking around in the morning, then cloudy in the afternoon. We'll see a high around 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Make plans to stop by the Rock Creek Renegades Gun Show this Friday through Sunday at the Sandhills Global Event Center. The show will feature guns, ammo, and supplies for shooting enthusiasts. Admission is $8 per person with concessions available. Hours are 5 to 8 p.m. on Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday, and 9 to 3 on Sunday. Located in the Currency Pavilion. It's the Rock Creek Renegades Gun Show from January 26th to the 28th at the Sandhills Global Event Center at 84th and Havelock.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Lester.
Back on We Talk Facts, Strick here is with the Hall of Famer Jay Foreman, national champion Jay Foreman as well. So I had to get a national champion in here because my brother, national champion, happened to be on the road. Shout out to Cluster Johnson, and we'll see him next week. But Jay, man, you were about to tell the story about singing.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to get into the craziest story.
Oh, yeah, I got a good one.
We ever heard. I got one, too. And then we're going to talk about what did it take? Because, you know, we're blessed to be named as Hall of Famers for a very prestigious, you know, especially you for the football side, basketball side, grateful.
Right.
But what did it take to become? Because I think sometimes that's missed. Like the work. I think a lot of times when people see us, they only see the finished product. They don't see the behind the scenes. Yeah. They don't see the work, the time that's put in to continue to have success at a high level over sustained periods of time. So we'll give a brief synopsis on that in our careers when we finish this greatest stories that we've ever heard. But the singing story
thing, man. Man, your boy can't sing.
Yeah,
you know the old saying. My aunt.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even do that. My aunt told me one time I tried to sing. She's like, "Boy, you can't even hum good." Right. So I knew from being a ball boy, you had to sing, and so I never really was one. I grew up singing, so I had to.
What was the song?
I did the Nebraska Fight song.
Oh, you did.
But I didn't really know it. And here's the funny thing is, I was about to leave for training camp.
Okay.
And it was like a day or two before I was about to take off. And Doak Ostergaard was the trainer. So he kind of taught me ain't no place like Nebraska, so we got it, he kind of printed it out and I was like, all right, I'm cool. So then I got up there and the loudmouth guys in training camp, they was getting multiple times. And so what I used to do is I used to try to lift right after practice because the veterans would be out. So I was trying to put in some more work, to get in. But your boy got smart though, Strick. Because here's why. The veterans wanted to get rest, right? So by the time I got done practicing, lift, shower, rehab, or ice or whatever, when I get to the, to eat lunch, they gone. Right? So as they leaving, I'm coming in. So Strick, I got through the whole hard part of training camp before we broke, except for 2 days left. Ted Washington and Pat Williams and all them, and they had a light practice. They had a vet day.
Yeah.
So they got to sleep in and everything. So I'm like, oh, they ain't gonna get me. I passed Ted in the line, got my food. I had my nice little plate. I think I'm good. I'm over there, I'm talking with the other rookies. He was like, and he used to call me, what do you call me? Sweetie Rabbit, because I got because I'm slew-footed. So
Sweetie Rabbit.
Right. So he'd be over there kind of, he's like, Sweetie Rabbit. And I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, what you got on your plate? And I was like, we had burgers or whatever. He's like, have you sang yet? Right? So you can't lie to Ted.
Yeah,
if you ever see Ted, Ted's a big dude. I'm like, nah, I ain't sang yet. Ding, 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 ding. So what that means is
it's like
you had the glass or the glass or whatever you drink out of. They hit that fork on you, and it was Marcellus Wiley. So if you know Marcellus Wiley, who's in the media now, we call him Wild Style. So he was like, oh yeah, here we go, Sweetie Rabbit. So you had to get up there,
Sweetie Rabbit,
and stand up on your
We're
chair.
Gonna start calling Jay Sweetie Rabbit.
Chill out with all that. Hey, but listen, Strick. He was singing another tone when we played in that snow game. I told him I had traction because of it, right?
Yeah.
So you had to get up on your chair, and then you announce, "Hey, I'm Jay Foreman from Nebraska. 5th round draft choice." And they didn't make us do the signing bonus, and you'd say what song you're gonna sing, and then they would either boo you or say, "All right, man, you did enough." So I got up there and sang it, and then it was so bad they was like, "All right, done." That was it, man. And number one, I got smart because I was scared to sing.
Yeah.
Number two, I was more strategic.
Yeah.
A lot of these rookies come in
running
doing all that,
mouth, woofing.
There was a cat that what's his name? Reggie Durden. He called himself Dirty Durden. He probably sang for a week straight.
Wow.
Because then they was like, you better come up with a new song. Because he was doing all this.
Yeah.
So, me, I was just coming in there and I was
head down.
Yeah. Just trying to put in work, one foot in front of the other. But Ted Washington got me 2 days before training camp broke. 2 days.
Wow.
I thought I almost made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you thought you
was gonna skate.
Yeah, he thought I was gonna skate. He got me though. That's my boy though.
Yeah. So quick 2 stories for me, and then I'll give you yours. Was one, when you hear about Dennis Rodman.
Oh, here we go.
Right?
I was gonna ask you about it. That's crazy. I was gonna ask you about it.
When you hear about Dennis, it's the wildest thing. And look, it was confirmed because I was talking to a couple of other people that happened to have played with him.
Mm-hmm.
It was confirmed that the same thing that happened with us happened with them. Okay. So this when it told me it wasn't that we were a bad team and he was just acting a straight A.
Yeah.
It was just him.
Right.
So literally, Dennis would show up. He would lift weights before the game, and I'm talking about heavy. Dennis Rodman would go in the weight room and go hard, like heavy lifting, right? Sweat. No. We all outside shooting. He's in there lifting, right? We all come back because there's a certain time that we all have to do our pregame breakdowns. We go over assignments, who we got, talk a bit about some of their plays, and it's on the board. Everything is listed. And there's no Dennis. And we like, well, dang, do we wait?
Right.
I mean, and sometimes we'd have to wait on his time, or sometimes we adjusted just to come informed
him.
with his work.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, that literally a whole staff
Waited.
shifted the
Program,
way that the whole program.
Yeah.
We had a specific time schedules on which we would come in from outside shooting or whatever we need to do.
Right.
He would come in, get in the shower while we sitting in the locker room
Waiting on him.
I'm like, wow, that is the wildest thing I've ever done. Now, the second one is quick. The second story that I actually heard was, we used to play this game called Boo Ray, and I know you know it.
Oh, yeah.
We used to play this game called Boo Ray. Boo Ray is a game where there would be you would bet, start off on a small pot, but if you ever got hit, if you didn't hit, like if you said, say you got a king and a 2, right? And you say pot, and it hits a king or anything outside of a king, so an ace or something like that, king or ace or 2, you had to double the pot. So whatever's in the pot, you had to double it. And it got so high, Charles Oakley
oh no.
and gosh darn it, Jeff McGinnis. Jeff McGinnis owed him some Boo Ray money, and they had a game, and Charles Oakley caught him in the back talking about, yo, where my cashola at, my boy? and Jeff was like, man, I'm gonna get it, man, whatever, man. He kept playing. Oak went over there, and they said slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah, I heard about that.
In the back. I'm not just the, boy, stop playing with me. I mean, slapped the taste out of his mouth. And everybody heard about that.
Yeah. I mean, that made waves into the NFL locker rooms about Oakley.
Yeah.
And Oakley ain't no joke, though.
No, Oakley.
Because he was playing with the Raptors when I was with the Buffalo Bills, and we'd go up there, and, we thought, like, when you rolling, I went up there with Thurman Thomas. He took me up there. And so Thurman obviously been up there plenty. So we had a reservation. We just waiting to get our table set. Oakley come up. They take his car, whatever. He walked past us. He ran the city. Gangstered in the mug. And I didn't realize he was that big, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hometown, 6'8", about 270.
He was,
I
didn't know he was that big.
Mm-hmm.
My funny story is this, Strick. It didn't even, now I got plenty when I play.
Mm-hmm.
From, I forget where I
we got about 5 minutes.
I know. This one. We had I know this for a fact. I won't say what team, because you would Google and find out what player. So he was having some issues at home.
Mm-hmm. Wifey issues?
No.
Or work issues?
Work issues.
Oh, okay. If you know,
you
know.
Work.
If you know, you know.
Now, granted, when you're a new team, the security ain't that tight. Now this is both stories is both teams. We in the middle of training camp. We scrimmaging the Dallas Cowboys, and this did not make Hard Knocks.
Okay.
Because the first year when they did it, we played them the first year at Houston. Yeah. So like how you see something out of your peripheral, like if you see a car out of here, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
But I was like, dang, that look. I'm thinking I'm playing, and or at practice, and I was getting water. I was like, man, that look like a car. She drove the car, one of his cars, onto the field.
You lying?
I swear to God.
Wow.
I thought it was like a visitor from like a, because we had Sugar Ray Leonard was supposed to come in.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody like that. Drove it right on to field number 2. I'll never forget it. Right through the thing, right up through the parking lot, right through there, field number 2.
Come see me.
Yeah. You gonna talk to me now?
Wow.
When I tell you your boy looked like he
saw a ghost, Casper.
And then in the locker room, nobody really, what do you say to him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the craziest story. But here's a crazy and funny one. So Houston, I was on the first team. So they have what's called Alumni Weekend. So the very first Alumni Weekend, and Andre Johnson goes into the Ring of Fame. And they did it first class, right? They flew us all in there. Great weekend. And so, the Houston Texans haven't been around that long. Even though after I left, I still kept in contact, been doing media stuff down there. So I knew that, the guys that were former players or not. And plus Andre going in, he's a teammate of mine. So we all meet at down in the Galleria, which,
Mm-hmm.
and, they have the first get together. Mm-hmm. And I see this dude, man. And I'm like, he big, bald. Like, I don't remember him. Right? Never even heard of his name. So then you have your name on there,
Yeah.
And he was at a couple years after. He said a couple years after me, and then I went over to Travis Johnson. I was like, hey, T Tough. I call him T Tough, right? I was like, man, you know this dude? He's like, man, I think I know him, but he came up talking to me. I think he was on the team, so I was like, okay, he's on the team. But then, we have our dinner, we get a couple drinks in, and Andre been there from the beginning, so he going up. I said, you remember that? He's like, man, I think I know the dude. I think I've seen him before. Lo and behold, finally, before we get brought out onto the field, Texan security come, handcuff the dude.
Wow.
Take him away. Now, mind you, he was there
all day, dang near.
No, day. 3 days.
3 days. Wow.
He went to the dinner with the owners.
Right.
He went to dinner with the players. They had a little concert for us. He went to the NFL players engagement thing. He was sitting up there front and center.
Wow.
So as we're going on the field, the security or cops come get him, take him, arrest him, and he was there with his wife. Lo and behold, the Houston Texans announced that they were having their first alumni weekend in the stadium, in the paper. So he called up and said, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm alumni. Send me the information. This is my email, because you don't have everybody's email.
Yeah.
So he ran the whole weekend. Here's the funny thing about it. He was on the run for bank robbery.
What a dummy.
Yeah. That's how bold he was. And here's the even better part. We have like a group chat or group me, just all our former players or whatever. His name is still in there. Every time. Hey, everybody. And then afterwards, the text chain afterwards, we have my man Jimmy McClain that lives down in San Diego. Big shout out to Jimmy McClain. He's like, I told you he won on the team. And nobody would believe Jimmy, because here's the thing about Jimmy McClain. Every story he had never was true.
Right.
The one time he's right, you got a convict in there trying to be a Houston Texans alumni.
Wow. Great stuff. WTF, we talk facts. We got one more segment left. We're gonna just give you a little bit of insight of what it's like to prepare and how do you become a Hall of Famer? I don't know. We'll find out when we get back right after this.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: fog and freezing fog expected throughout the day. We'll see a high around 36. Tonight, more fog and freezing fog with a low around 30. And tomorrow, more fog sticking around in the morning, then cloudy in the afternoon. We'll see a high around 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You're right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
The captain, Rashawn Jackson.
Riola, the doctor, the Polynesian Bowl. He had a lot of throws. He made a couple nice throws. He threw outs. He threw a deep dig. He threw a slant that went to the house. There were so many different passes that we saw him, and he's got a little quick twitch. Is he fast? No. Quick twitch? Yes. It was good to see him moving around. Listen, he connected with, guess who?
Carter Nelson.
Thank you. We got a chance to see Carter twice. It was good for me to watch that because I think that's a precursor of what's
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Cleston.
Welcome back to the final segment of We Talk Facts. Joining me today in the absence of my friend, my main man, Clester Johnson, is my boy Jay Foreman in the building. We had a great talk about what it was like to be a rookie as well as a veteran in the professional ranks and some of the craziest stories. Now, Jay, you had a great career, not only in the NFL, you had a great run here at Nebraska. A lot of people say that when they arrive, there are people that just wear the uniform for the show, for the glitz, for the lights, but others wear the uniform because there's something else that they want more. How do you tell that when you see it? Right. You can see that specific individual is built different. He wants a little bit more than what, and how to, they end up becoming Hall of Famers. There's something more in them than just
I think the biggest thing that separates guys, and you might necessarily, not I guess, become a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of the circumstantial.
That's something, there's things that happen.
You know, and it's a matter of opinion. If people think how good you are or whatever, or were. I think it really what separates guys is what they're willing to sacrifice. I think that'll tell
when
you
the lights ain't on.
Yeah, I mean, what they're willing to sacrifice. You're going to have to give up something if you want to reach. If you want to be the best player that you could be.
Yeah.
And this isn't even about going to the pros. If you just say, because there's no guarantee in football. If you want to be the best player that you can be by the time you leave Nebraska, you're going to have to give up something. And most likely more than one thing. Not give up, but sacrifice something.
One thing I can say for myself is I had the dreams. I knew it was something.
Right.
I didn't know which form it was going to be.
Yeah, because you was different. You was, drafted in baseball. You could have easily played football and then basketball. So that decision.
Which wasn't even my best sport.
Right.
That was probably, of all of them, the worst.
Right.
I was worse at basketball. But I loved it more.
Right.
Right. But you're right. It's one of those things, man, where when I had a MOB mentality.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I had a mob mentality, Harrison, and if you know, but I'll kind of say it in this way that it won't be as bad and you won't have to dump it. I had a money over switches mentality.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so when I'm in college and everybody else is, I mean, I had fun now. Don't get it twisted. I understand, but I understood the balance of this was more of my focus, and I didn't allow myself to get totally lost in that situation.
And that's part of sacrifice. I mean, you got some guys that's the most important thing, that they can't cut it off. You got some guys that like to go out and party too much. Some guys that don't like school. You gotta sacrifice, whether it's spending more time in the basketball gym and maybe not going home. Now, granted, you from Omaha, but just say you needed to get an extra couple of days in of solitude on your shot or conditioning in basketball. You might not be able to go on spring break. You might not be able to go home. You might have to hit up an extra workout by yourself outside of team sanctioned events. That's the sacrifice that I don't think a lot of guys are willing to do. And that's why you see, I call them the haves and have-nots. Guys that have figured it out, guys that have not figured it out. It comes down to sacrifice. Now, look, everybody's going to work hard in the moment, right?
Yeah.
When the coaches, everybody's going to work hard. Like when you got
when they're around and the camera's on you or whatever, right?
When you at practice, guys are generally going to work hard within a reason, right? Within a measuring point. What you do outside of practice is going to tell me more than anything. Are you going to study? Are you going to watch basketball? Are you going to look at your weaknesses? Are you going to address your weaknesses? All those things that I'm talking about is going to require you to take and sacrifice time away from. I mean, listen, Strick, I'll tell you this. There's a guy that got drafted in Buffalo. He liked playing PlayStation as much or more than football.
Wow. Okay, Kyler Murray.
To the point, though, when remember the Madden used to come out during training camp?
Yeah.
This cat would have his wife it kind of make up an emergency, because if you have an emergency, you can come over to when we stay in the hotel to bring him Madden. Then he's going to stay up all day, all night playing the new Madden now.
Instead of in his book.
Well, instead of sleep. So you got to think, you in 2 days. It's hot. There ain't no rest. It's important. We building a foundation here.
Yeah.
So then what are you doing? Okay, you lose your sleep to say on Monday night. Well, 2 nights. Okay, then that's going to affect you Tuesday because you're tired. Well, then it's also going to affect you on Wednesday. So now you 3 days behind. And then now you got a preseason game either Friday or Saturday. Generally, Sundays are usually our day off. And then you right back at it again. So if you don't play good on Saturday, now you're going to double down on your problem, and it all started from that.
It's compounded. Yeah.
Right. So you're not willing to sacrifice that.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. And it does. And just the thought of today as we leave and we get up out of here, it takes more than what you would normally expect or normally think to go the extra mile. It's when you show up early. It's how you stay late. It's how much in the weight room you're going to go. It's all of the little things, as you said, watching tape, watching film, being willing to look at yourself and do a true self-evaluation.
And you know what? All those things you mentioned, Strick, you can't just do it for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's
got to be years. It's got to be in you.
No, yeah, but it's got to be, you got to do it for long because there's no set time to when it will pop for you.
That's good.
And then also, you got to continue to do it when it does pop.
That's good. There it is.
That's the truth.
That's the truth. That's WTF. That's what it is. And we talking facts. But we'll see you next week. Right here, Harrison Arms, E. Strick. And tonight, Jay Foreman. We'll be right back right after this.